I've crossed this bridge hundreds of times, morning, noon, and night. Cars rush overhead in a blur, while beneath there's a different world, silent, damp, and forgotten. Yet this morning, something made me stop. A small arm trembled out from a pile of cardboard boxes. No one else saw it. No one stopped. But I stood there frozen. A child. A little girl, maybe 7 years old, curled up under the bridge beside a scruffy three-legged cat. She was using her tattered coat to shield the cat from the biting rain. I stepped closer, and that's where the story began. A story I never thought I'd witness in my lifetime. A story of sacrifice, of small things with enormous hearts, and of how, sometimes, a three-legged cat can save an entire life. Her name was Lina. She had wandered the streets with her mother for 2 years after they were evicted from an old rental building. Her mother took odd jobs, slept in parks, and lived off meals from charity kitchens. But then one day, her mother fell seriously ill and didn't wake up. No one knew. No one searched. No one reported it. Lina only knew that her mother was sleeping for a very long time, not waking her with a warm hug like she always did. She stayed by her mother's side for a day, then another until the rain came and she had to find shelter. Beneath the bridge was the first place she and Meat, a three-legged cat she had rescued from a trash heap, chose to call home. Mitt had been abandoned too. Its leg was broken. It had been dragged by a rope, beaten and chased away for scavenging scraps. Lina cared for it by splitting her daily piece of bread in half. Met was her friend, her sibling, her last remaining family. I, just a part-time social worker surveying aid points, found Lina that day as I passed under the old bridge. And I didn't know then that meeting her would forever change the way I see life. When I asked Lina why she didn't seek help from an adult, she answered, "I tried once, but they called me a beggar. They kicked Meat away. I was afraid they'd hurt her." She still kept an old handkerchief her mother used to tie her hair with. Though torn and faded, she treasured it in a cardboard box as if it were something sacred. On her first night at the shelter, she shyly asked me, "Mister, can Mitt sleep under the blanket with me? She's cold, and I can't fall asleep if I'm not holding her." Meat, despite having only 3 legs, still tried every morning to climb into Lina's bed and nuzzle her cheek, as if waking her not with an alarm clock, but with love. I began the journey to uncover Lina's identity. No birth certificate, no relatives, no records of any kind. But she existed undeniably in the way her eyes lit up with gratitude, in the way her small hand gripped mine tightly every time I visited the shelter. I couldn't look the other way. I didn't want to walk out of this story as just another passerby. 6 months later, after completing all the paperwork and procedures, I officially became Lina's temporary legal guardian. The first time she called me Dad was when she drew a picture of our little family, me, her, and Meat, standing beneath the old bridge, only this time, a rainbow stretched across the sky above us. She wrote in the corner of the drawing, "We were once the forgotten ones, but Dad and Meat found each other." I think miracles are real. Sometimes all it takes is someone willing to stop, just long enough to truly look into the eyes of a lost child. In a world consumed by deadlines, traffic, and endless phone calls, sometimes what a soul needs most is simply someone who chooses to stop. Stop long enough to notice a child hidden in the shadows, a trembling animal left behind, or perhaps a story that never had the chance to grow. If you ever see someone in need, don't look away. You never know. You might just become someone's miracle. And sometimes a three-legged meat is all it takes to save a heart that's lost its way.